Welcome people, we are back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'll be providing a preview to the game Chelsea versus Luton Town, um, Friday evening, 9 o'clock, right, at Stamford Bridge. And the lineup is looking interesting. It's looking interesting. The lineup that I have in mind is looking really, really interesting. So, yeah, there's a solution that I have to a problem that we're experiencing. I think it's going to be a good solution. Is it going to be a long-term solution? I don't know about that, but it's a good solution in the short term, I think. But before I get into the video, right, I just wanted to remind you to like, share, and subscribe. If you know of a Chelsea fan, right, and let's say you're not a Chelsea fan yourself, you like to make fun of him or her when his or her team is struggling, send this to them, share the content with them. Um, but without further ado, let me just get into it because Escom is gonna take the power in like 25 minutes or so, so I might as well get into the preview. Now, tomorrow's game is a must-win game. I cannot stress this enough. Tomorrow's game is a must-win game for Chelsea because first day of the season, we played well. We actually did play well. We got a point against Liverpool at home, right? And Liverpool are a great opponent. So you look at that result, you're like, I'm happy with this. I can move on with my week. I don't have to stress about my team, right? They've done a good job. And on the other hand, last week's performance, right, against West Ham, being beaten 3-1, it makes you worry as a fan, right? And the reason it makes you worry is because clearly you can see there's a problem, right? We are weak defensively, right? And we're not taking our chances going forward. But the problem, the issue with this problem is the fact that you don't know how deep it runs, right? Is it the kind of problem to the point where it's not very deep? It's just breaking the skin. Is it that kind of cut? Is it the kind of cut where it is maybe it punctures the skin by like half a centimeter, or is the puncture into the skin like 3 centimeters deep? We don't know. We don't know how deep the problems run at Chelsea right now. So I'm hoping that tomorrow the boys can just like allay our fears as a fan base, right? And just get us to relax and just allow us to enjoy our season nice and stress free. I don't want to stress. I don't want problems. I want peace. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, without further ado, let me give you guys the lineup. In goal, none other than Robert Sanchez, because right now we don't have another senior goalkeeper who's fit because Marcus Bettinelli is still out injured, so Sanchez starts. At right back, we go Malo Gusto. We'll go Malo Gusto, right? Simply because Reece James is out, right, as we all know, and there's no one else who can really play at right back, bro. And he was bought specifically for this reason, so that if something happens to Reece James, we've got someone who we can rely on in that position. Now, last week against West Ham, I don't remember anything notable from him in terms of him doing anything spectacularly well or really, really badly. So I'm just hoping for a good, solid performance from him tomorrow. And yeah. Then right centre back, I would go Thiago Silva for sure. Thiago Silva for sure. Um, I think that the key to us being solid defensive once again is Thiago Silva because the man it has aged like fine wine. You know what I'm saying? He's turning 39 in September, but when you see him play, he's such a consummate professional that it blows your mind. At 39 years at almost 39 years old, he's still playing with a sharpness which you'd mistake for that of a somewhat younger player, maybe like a 33-year-old or something like that. Someone who's a seasoned veteran, but at the same time, they're not that old. So I think he definitely needs to play tomorrow, without a doubt. Left center back, I'll go Levi Colwell because Benoit Badiashile is still out injured. And yeah, with Colwell, he played relatively well against Liverpool, right? But last week against West Ham, I wasn't happy with how he he played a part in us conceding the second goal. So with Colwell, what I want to see is just a solid display tomorrow, right? No nonsense defending. If the ball needs to be cleared, you clear that ball. If you need to challenge this man, right, and stop him from advancing on goal, like make sure you give it your everything in stopping him. Don't how can I say this nicely? Don't do it halfway. Don't give half commitment, fully stop him. Because if you look at the replay of how he tried to stop Antonio last week when Antonio scored, like it didn't seem like he was fully committed to stopping him, or he was just very weak in that situation. I don't know, but we don't need that tomorrow. Because tomorrow I want us to keep a clean sheet. I do not want us to concede a goal tomorrow. So Colwell has to be on his P's and Q's, right? And soon Benoit Badeshile will be back. And if Colwell is not on his P's and Q's by then, he's gonna get dropped. So he needs to put in a good performance tomorrow. Just don't show the manager why he should keep playing even when Badeshile is back fit. And then at left back, I will go Benjamin Chilwell for sure. Benjamin Chilwell, simply for two reasons. Because going forward, he gives us a lot, right? With those inverted runs of his into the box, right? And in addition to that, he's the vice captain of the football club, right? We need leaders out there tomorrow. And there are quite a few new players, right, who are quite young, and as such, it's imperative that we have leaders. We have one in Thiago Silva already, but we need another one in Ben Chilwell. He has to be on the pitch tomorrow. I wouldn't drop Chilwell and say, he hasn't been quite so good in the first few games. Oh, okay, he wasn't quite so good against West Ham, for example, and say, okay, now Kukurea has to start. No, 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 no. Kuku has some issues that make me worry, and Chilwell doesn't have those same issues, so Chilwell starts for sure. Oh yeah, the formation is a 4-2-3-1. In the double pivot, let's see, we'll go Moises Caicedo, right? Pochettino has confirmed that Caicedo is ready to start. I would have gone with Lavia next to him, but Lavia is not ready to start. Pochettino has confirmed this in his press conference. He noted the fact that Lavia has been progressing well, but his level of conditioning is not on the level of his teammates, and as such, he's going to need a bit more time, right, to train, a few more weeks before he's able to start games. So yeah, maybe we'll see him come off the bench for like 15 minutes tomorrow, 20 minutes. Who knows? We'll see. So anyway, next to Caicedo, I would put Conor Gallagher. Um, we don't know what this man's position is. We don't know what his fixed position is. Um, so I'm gonna put him at defensive midfield, right next to Caicedo, simply because of how well he played against Liverpool in that role, right? Against West Ham, for the goals, he was at fault for the first goal, like I said. The second goal, he wasn't really at fault at all. That had nothing to do with him. So I'm not gonna look at last week's performance and say, oh, this happened last week, therefore Gallagher should not play. No, I think he needs to play. And if we weren't to play Gallagher, who will we play? Andre Santos, Leslie Ugochukwu, two 19-year-olds who have never played a minute for Chelsea in the Premier League. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Or actually, Ugochukwu has played for Chelsea in the Premier League, right? A few minutes, but they've never started. Both of them have never started. And to start them in a game where we need to win, that would be crazy. So Gallagher plays there for me, right? And that might be a surprise to some people. They're saying, yo, where's Enzo? Where's Enzo? I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Relax. So now we're going to go into the three midfielders behind the striker. On the left, I'll go Raheem Sterling for sure. Raheem played well last week, and if he plays the same way he played last week, this week, he's gonna cook. He is going to cook, and I think he could be an outlet of goals for us, right? And even if it's not necessarily goals, he's gonna create a lot of chances. He's gonna give Luton a lot of problems. So that's why I've chosen to play him. Then on the right, I've gone Noni Madueke, right? Now he came on against West Ham, right? I think he had like something like 15 to 20 minutes, right? At that time, I wasn't able to continue watching the game, so I don't know 100% how many minutes he had, but he had a few minutes, and he's been training this week, so I'm gonna give him a start. I'm gonna give him a start, and I think if you say no, we can't give him a start, then who starts in his place? I don't know who starts in his place. You could say, oh no, Madueke shouldn't start on the right. Sterling should start on the right. Start Mudryk on the left. Aha, one problem. Mudryk is out injured as well. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a long-term injury. It seems like he's going to be out just for a few days. But regardless, he's out. So I would say play Sterling on the left, Madueke on the right. That's what I would go with personally. Now, the number 10, the man in behind the striker, right? I've gone Enzo Fernandez for this one for two reasons, right? First of all, I think he could really, really do well in that creative role because of the fact that his dribbling is very, very impressive. It's actually extremely impressive. He's not the fastest player, but his dribbling is to a level where compared to that of Mateo Kovacic, right? Who had excellent dribbling, you know. He showcased that against Liverpool, beating players here and there. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, all right. Perhaps he could play in number 10 if need be. And the need has arisen because Christopher Nkunku is out. Kani Chukwu Emeka's out. So who else do we play in the number 10? Some people would say, oh, play Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo together in the double six, and then after that have Gallagher in the number 10. But Gallagher, he lacks those technical skills that Enzo has, so there's no reason to do that. I say Enzo should play in the number 10 position, and I think he's going to cook. Oh, apart from the dribbling, another thing, his passing is immaculate. His vision is immaculate. So these are the reasons that I've chosen for him. These are the reasons I've chosen to justify starting him in the number 10 role, right? Now, the man up top, easy. Nicholas Jackson, right? Now, even if Armando Broja was fit for this game, which he's not, Jackson would still be starting realistically, simply because he started the season with Poch, right? Whereas Broja hasn't. But apart from that, even if Broja was fit, Jackson would still be playing because he's played very well. In my opinion, he's played very well in the time that he's had in a Chelsea shirt in the Premier League. And the reason I say that is because he's always looking to make a forward run, always looking to be a problem for defenders. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we could really exploit Luton Town tomorrow with Enzo Fernandez on the ball, with that slick passing ability of his. Um, what's his name? Raheem Sterling on one side, right, on the left, right, making forward runs. Nani Madueke doing the same thing. Maybe they'll be perhaps they make inverted runs, right? And then you have Jackson through the middle making a run himself. At that point, I think Luton will be in sixes and sevens trying to defend against us tomorrow. So that is the lineup that I would personally go with. Now, a score prediction. We're playing at home. We're playing a newly promoted side. So I want to see. You know what? I'm going to predict 2-0. But what would satisfy me would be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. That would satisfy me. But I don't want to put the expectations too high and then my expectations get dashed and then I'm disappointed or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to say is Chelsea 2, Luton 0. But if Chelsea want to go for 3-0, go for 4-0, go for 5-0, that will make me very, very happy. And I think it will kind of show me that these players are actually serious. Because I was saying this to my brother in the car before I flew home, right? I said to him that like where we finish this season is dependent on how serious the players are. Because realistically, West Ham are a good team and we're playing them at their home stadium, but there's no reason that they should have beat us. We are Chelsea. We should be beating West Ham. Simple as that. So I think that part of where we finish this season depends on not only the quality of these players, but how serious they are. And I hope tomorrow they show up. They do some self-reflection and say, we were not good enough against West Ham. We need to do better. Um, this this is not what the fans expect. This is not what we expect from ourselves. And as such, against Luton, we just have to put on an amazing performance at home, right? On a Friday night under the lights at Stamford Bridge. What better than that? What setting is better than that for them to go on and put on a good display and show us that they have the credentials to finish top 4, top 6, you know? I don't want to get excited about where we could finish or whatever like that or anything like that simply because of the fact that they need to show me how serious they are, number one, right? And then also their performances need to show me what kind of credentials they have. Do they have top 6 credentials? Do they have top 4 credentials? Do they have top 2 credentials? Do they have Premier League champion credentials? We will have to just wait and see. But that's the lineup I'll go with. Let me know in the comments what you would go with. And yeah, Peace, people.